No, 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 no. They're burning the corpses. As they should. I gotta help him. He's my boy. Come on. And holy shit. We'll always love you. Yeah, that's right. That was Drunkarella right there. I picked her up and I brought her here. That was the love. That man was technically Drunkarella, and I showed him that I cared. Ah! Let go of my boy, you son of a bitch! Uh-oh. Ah! Holy shit, it's a super German! I've only heard about them in legend! You're going to the bank, asshole! The blood bank! Ah! Hey! Hi everybody, I'm Papa Tikyo, and today's a very special Papa Tikyo Talks because today we've got... Anyway guys, welcome back to another awesome sexual, hot, fun, awesome video where I'm interviewing my friends here in Japan. But he works in the gaming industry here in Japan. He's worked here for a while, and anyway, I'm going to ask him 5 questions about pertaining to his shit and working in the gaming industry in Japan. If you guys have any comments or questions for him that we didn't get to in the video, make sure to leave those down below. And if we get enough of them, we'll make a follow-up video in the future.
Sounds delightful.
Nice. Okay, let's get into the nipples. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, jeez, better.
Yeah, buddy.
Better cover up just in case.
Okay. First question is, where are you from?
I am from southern New Jersey in the good old United States of America.
You don't sound like Carl.
No, but
it says DNA.
I'm a Philly. Carl's North Jersey. I'm from South Jersey. I'm a Philly area guy.
It says, do not stand by my pool, ass man.
Philly's my home city.
Okay.
But I'm like right across the bridge from Philly in Jersey. That's where I'm from.
So, I guess obvious question before we ask you any gaming questions.
Yeah.
Where did you find your passion for games?
God, I've been playing games since I got an NES. Well, me and my brother got an NES when I was like 3 years old. So I've been in love with games ever since. And when I played Mega Man 2 for the first time, I think that was, even at that tender young age of like 4 or 5 years old, that's what really cemented it in place, and it's never changed.
Yeah, you're a big then. Mega Man fan. I mean, yes. You got all of them signed right here. You know?
I do.
Fuck. Yeah, you are the Mega Man, man.
1 through 6 signed by the man himself. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Like, even before you came to Japan, were you always like involved in the gaming industry?
I mean, I obviously followed the industry. You know, I was reading, you know, EGM and GamePro and Game Informer,
PSN,
and
the unofficial PSN,
all that shit back
in
the day. You know, I was always keeping in touch. Ever since I was old enough to read, basically, I was reading gaming magazines and all that kind of stuff. So I was always in tune to the best of my childlike ability, and I guess my adult-like abilities too, with what is going on in the industry.
And we're the Game Grumps!
Hello!
Yay! It's a good double piece!
First of all,
yes,
you're gonna love this game. Second of all, this was sent to me by my very good friend Matt Papa. Works at Inti Create.
I love it when you call me
gameplay
Matt
recording paused because I entered a block scene. But guess what?
Okay.
It's not blocked for us because we have fucking something or other.
The Matt Papa special.
Anyway.
Okay.
Welcome to Galgun.
Yeah, I'm excited. I have no idea what this is.
Well,
other than pretty awesome.
to be perfect with you, I've never played it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna give you a little rundown of the premise.
Please.
So there's no spoilers or anything.
Okay.
It's a game where you shoot girls' clothes off
Are you serious?
in order to make them fall in love with you.
Oh, well, that seems like real life.
Yeah, it's exactly like real life.
Fantastic. Is this game 420 friendly?
420?
Yeah,
Like, can people blaze it while they watch?
Yeah, can I blaze it? Is it 840 friendly? That's when I get twice as high at
Okay.
840 at night. That's for the professionals
That's
only.
because you're smoking weed every day.
Yeah.
Stop with the block scene bullshit.
I saw
alright?
a comment from someone that said, it's so adorable when Dan says 420. It's like an old man, like, learning the new lingo. 420's been around forever, yo. Fucking, I was smoking when your mom was getting banged by me.
Should I? Whoa.
Before you were, I'm your dad.
Should I do
I've been
beginner or
meaning to tell you.
expert? God, that's like.
What do you mean I only got 20 seconds to shout this out? How am I going to fit that in? Okay, oh shit, it's rolling? Okay, hey guys, thank you for becoming members by pushing that join button over here on youtube.com/Tkyosam. You get access to the private photo dump part of my Discord, which is pretty badass. All you got to do is push that join button. Why are you waiting? Go over while supplies last. Also, big thank you to everybody who went over on patreon.com/Tkyosam. You guys get special behind-the-scenes footage as well as Japanese lessons and packages from me and a different part of the Discord where you can learn Japanese. Okay, bye.
Let's get scratching.
I guess another big question is, why do you like Japan? Why did you want to move here?
I mean, I became fascinated with anime like a lot of people back when I was like a
Toonami?
teenager. Actually, a little bit before Toonami.
Hollywood Video. Did they have Hollywood Video where you were in
A
Jersey?
few, not really.
That's
Not
where I
really.
got all my anime fixes.
For me, it was Blockbuster.
Yeah, Blockbuster
My
or
local
Hollywood.
Blockbuster had this whole Japanese animation section, and I just literally just like, oh, I've heard of this. I've read about this in some magazine one time. I'm gonna
These are adults.
check out this random video, which happened to be like a random Rama 1/2 tape, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. I don't know what's going on, but this is neat.
Oh man.
And that was the first link in the very, very long chain. But I studied abroad in college. I took Japanese, in college.
Where did you study, in Tokyo?
At Temple University in Japan.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
I did a semester there when I was in university, and I've really loved it here. So that's when I decided, like, man, this is really fun. This is a whole different world from what I know in Jersey. This is really cool. So when I graduated, I came back and taught English in Japan for a year. Went back to the U.S. again, and then came back here in March of 2014. I've been here ever since.
Wow, 214.
Yeah, 2014. I believe it's been
God, that's like 4 years since you've been
Yeah.
here. Holy shit!
Yeah, closer
Wow.
to 5 than 4.
Wow.
This is nuts.
Yeah, that's
This is November 2018 right here. So I mean, 4 more months and it'll be 5 years.
Yeah, no, that was gonna be like the last question, or like the last question to your self intro is how, what's your history with Japan? But yeah, like I remember before you come over here, I was just like,
Senpai, give me the
I was like, just get a job, and then get the visa, and then just get over here,
Yeah.
and you did it, and that was that was awesome. Yeah, guys, guys. I just want to point out that this is Matt Poopas. He's not just a friend; he's a family member. He's part of the family. He's part of the. This guy, I consider more of a brother than a friend. He's always been an awesome, genuine dude, and I love the fact that he is him, and Matt's one of those dudes that when you first meet him, there's no confusion on who he is. It's not like, what am I supposed to be?
I like Mega right away.
Yeah. I don't know, you see Matt and you get the genuine picture, and because of this, you've been, a lot of people in the gaming industry, the gaming community back home in the US, they know you, you're friends with the angry video game nerd and the game
More
grumps and
acquaintances.
stuff.
Well, I haven't seen James in a really long time. I wouldn't.
Well,
He's a nice guy, but
they
I
know
was
you.
Going to conventions regularly ever since 2002.
I remember
you meet a lot of folks just through, you know, like James and that whole crew. They're all Philly area people.
Yeah.
So you're bound to cross paths with them eventually. And you know, I just being part of the industry and being part of the convention scene for so long, you cross paths with a lot of interesting people.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I remember I was watching Game Grumps, and then they're, like, playing Gun Gal or something, and they're like, this is from my friend, Matt Poopas. And I was like, what? Like, what? They not only mentioned the game, they mentioned you by name on this, like, fucking video platform where they get, like, millions of people
I didn't know he
watching
was
them.
gonna just did that.
And, like, but, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, for me, I'd be like a stickler. I'd be like, could you please mention my name? But you didn't say anything, but they're like, we love Matt Poopas. Shout outs for Matt Poopas.
No, like I met Aaron when we were doing the Kickstarter kickoff for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which unfortunately we're not working on anymore. But he was part of that they were doing at Twitch HQ, and he was there as kind of like a guest, and I was just chatting him up, you know, just like, and I told him about Galgun for the first time.
Yeah.
There, he literally like bought like the original Japanese one, like as I was talking to him, because we were talking about, I was like, holy crap, this game sounds amazing, I'm gonna buy that. Like, and then we just stayed in touch ever since. But yeah, like, and that's the thing, like you just cross paths with all these people, and you find that I feel like a lot of the people who achieve that kind of success, you know, like an Aaron or a James, they're all really nice guys.
Yeah,
like they're genuinely good people, and I feel like you kind of have to be a good person and, you know, not a dick to the people you work with to achieve that level of success. Yeah. So, you know, well, it's been fun to cross paths with these people.
It's also nice knowing, like, these people are, like, millionaires, too.
I don't know. I never ask him about money.
Well, no. But, I mean, I can just assume from, like, Google AdSense, like, social blade statistics.
I'm sure my buddies are not, they're not suffering.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I'm not saying, like, fuck him, he's a rich prick asshole. I'm saying that, like, it's nice to know that these people, they have all the fame and they have all this money, but they're still very humble.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just normal people, just like everyone else.
Yeah,
you know?
No. And it's refreshing to see, and I know other content creators too. You know, it's nice when that fame doesn't get to your head.
Yeah,
and you're still like a good, genuine person, and not like, oh, look at me, I got a million subscribers.
I'm flexing.
Yeah, no, I don't have the patience for that kind of behavior. Like I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have the patience.
Like,
It's like, okay, yep, you got a million subs, cool. There. You did it.
You
Good
stand
job.
in that corner.
Yeah, no.
Don't
if you're a dick, I'm just not. I don't care how famous you are. I don't.
That's the thing. So, first question is. Shit, I gotta check my notes. Okay, so first question is, how did you get? Like, I remember before you came to Japan. Mm-hmm. You would post sometimes, you're like, I finally got a job, look at my desk, I got Mega Man trinkets on there. How did you get into the gaming industry, like working industry, back home in America land?
Well, I started the process back in America, but it really all came together once I was here. Well, so, I guess how I originally got started was like, I always wanted to join the industry, but it was never like, I'm gonna go to college to be a game something.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of always those like shoot for the fences type of things I never thought I'd actually be able to do.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do. So like what I started doing back in, I guess as early as like 2010. Yeah, I guess 2010 is when it all really started. When I would go to conventions with the point, like with the sole purpose, not the sole purpose, but with the purpose of meeting people in the industry who are doing the jobs.
Dad?
Who I met people in the industry who are doing the jobs that I would want to do.
Okay.
And I would talk to these people. I'm like, hey, how did you do this?
How did you do it?
Like, what did you study? What did you do? And I would meet these people. And that's how I ended up getting. I had actually interviewed for a couple companies back in the U.S. I didn't get jobs there, unfortunately, but that kind of was like, wow, maybe I do have a chance to. Like, I interviewed at Capcom USA and Pokemon Company and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, many years ago. So I'm like, man, like. Maybe I do have a chance to actually do this.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess for me back in America before I came here, it was just, you know, going to conventions and talking to people from Capcom and Sega and Nintendo and Sony and being like, hey, how did you get here? And then see if, you know, any things that I could, any of those things were things that I could do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so that's question number one. Question number two, I guess. Yeah. So that kind of explains what you're doing back home. So when you first got here, came back to Japan, were you teaching, or like how did you get a foot in the? I already know this, but you guys don't know it, so I'm asking for the sake of you guys. So did you teach when you first came here?
I did. I taught when I was here back in like 2009, 2010. I taught that whole time, and then when I came back, I didn't really have much of a plan.
Yeah.
Like, I came back, it was kind of I'm just going to do this and kind of figure it out. So, obviously,
just get a
teaching
visa,
was like the only thing I could get.
door.
Exactly. So, I was doing like an Eikaiwa gig for like half a year, and literally I had just like a really shitty day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. Like, I didn't come back to Japan to do this shit again. Like, Eikaiwa was a great gig when you're fresh out of college or when you're like, not really sure what you want to do. It's great for that, but I don't want to, this is not what I want to do. And I just had like a shitty night, and I just reached out and made an opportunity happen from there, because I had one shitty day at work.
So and I remember that. We're gonna get question. Okay, so that's on the next one. The question number 3. I remember the day that you did this, but I remember it clearly because you messaged me and you're like, I'm sick and tired of this shit. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you're like,
Sounds about right.
You're like, I'm pissed off. I'm just tired of this English. I was like, well, just like, you're like, I really want to work for this guy. And I was like, do you have his email? And you're like, I have his Facebook. And I'm like, well, just fucking message him. You're like, I can't. I'm like, just do it. And anyway, so the question is, how did you get a job at the current Japanese gaming company?
So I met my now boss through mutual Facebook connections. Like, I knew who he was. I'm like, oh, this is the CEO of this game company that I know. And, like, we had, like, mutual friends on Facebook. And I'm like, I'm going to send this guy a friend request and see if he responds. What the hell? What I got to lose, right? And graciously enough, without ever meeting me, he accepted my friend request. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm friends with the president of a game company I really like. This is kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we're doing a show. Hello.
God damn.
We're playing Galgun, the game where you
I can't continue.
where
That's
you
why
shoot
it's not on.
you shoot women with love.
Yeah, this was sent to us by Inti Creates themselves. Love those guys. Love Aizu. Love Papa. Thank you so much for sending this.
Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna be hanging out with them in a week. At Inti Creates.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to their studio. It's
I'm not
really
gonna
cool.
be there.
Well, yeah, because you don't like coming to Japan.
I love going to Japan.
Oh, do you?
I just has shit to do.
Are you retconning or?
I've only been there one time.
Yeah.
I wish.
No, you keep telling me you want to go back.
I do. It's very far. Was she speaking in Japanese or
Hello?
English?
Yes, she was speaking in Nihongo.
Okay, cool. But was it Japanese?
In a world where Papa Tikyo is on his trusty Japanese Yamaha Virago bike Spaghettums, and I'm riding around Japan and I'm spieling and I'm podcasting while I'm doing it. Go over and check it out if you haven't already. It's ADV Japan, links down below, and come over and be based with your hot dad in Japan.
The guy,
Yeah, so I messaged him, and I'm like, so after I had that shitty day, I was just like, hey, I know we haven't met before, but, I was wondering if your company is hiring, and I was like, this is the job experiences that I have, and this is what I could potentially do for your company. Like, do you guys need someone like me at your company? And he messages me back, and he's like, oh, hello. Actually, yeah, we do. Why don't you come down for an interview? Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. And I went and I did my interview, and they sent me a job offer the next day.
Wow.
Nuts.
Fucking talk about, just putting it out there,
So literally just went straight to the source, like, hey, guy.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Y'all need some Ego-speaking foreigner signs who can do the Kai Guy business.
Well, I could do the Kai Guy business for you with the Gaijin. That's awesome. Yeah, so...
I've been there ever since. And that was September of 2014.
Wow. See how you guys can just You know, like you literally just put yourself out there, and
literally
and then
just
you
try to
look
do
for
that.
any bites. You just that's the thing you got to do.
They won't come to you.
Yeah.
He would have never came to me.
You got. It's like Oddcon said.
He even said one time, he was like, we've always needed somebody to do the kind of work that that you came to do.
Yeah.
But we didn't know how to find it.
Mm.
And I feel like a lot of Japanese companies who don't have experience is
They seem
working
really-
with foreigners or
Yeah.
dealing with business working with foreign companies. They don't have that experience and they're not really sure what to do, so they just kind of don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, you just gotta put yourself out there, and like they won't.
That's really it.
Japanese companies don't really understand that, like they need to contact. They don't. It's funny, like this could be the most innovative, most like efficient system having whatever fuck country, but they still don't know how to use like LinkedIn or like Facebook to like contact potential workers.
My company was very much like a dev studio for the longest time that didn't really have the need to, work with overseas companies for the longest time. So they didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just kind of like what it was.
Right? Yeah. If you can you tell us what company you work for? You get to shout out your video games and company now. So what company do you work for, and what is it you exactly do at the company?
So I work for a company called Inti Creates. We are a Japanese game developer, obviously.
Yeah.
Been around since '96. Made a bunch of like Mega Man games back in the day, Mega Man 0, Mega Man 9, 10, stuff like that. But I started in 2014, so we worked on games, a lot of games like Nintendo Switch once that came out, Azure Striker Gunvolt, Gal Gun series, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Blaster Master Zero, all kinds of good stuff.
Wow. So
and I work there as on the Gal Gun series I'm a producer, and then on all series I'm the director of localization. I do all of our English PR and community management, and
so you take care of you take care of getting the translating done and the foreign, like the outside marketing.
Yeah, like I oversee all of the whole translation operation, and I'm if I don't do it directly, if I'm not localizing, doing the translation myself, I'm overseeing it, and I have someone else at the company I get to work with now, which is really nice, and for some big projects, we work with other freelance translators too. And then like my day-to-day stuff, I'm always in charge of all like our social media and like like B2B relationships with like other like American companies and stuff. So
you're basically
I wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, he wears a lot of hats. He does not own a big collection of hair nets and name tags.
Thanks.
What are any suggestions, simple, just awesome, straightforward suggestions you have for anybody who wants to break into the gaming industry in Japan?
Yeah, well, like I said, first you're going to need that business level Japanese. That you need to be able to, day in to day out, be able to do your job in Japanese and get by. You don't have to be perfectly fluent, know every single Japanese word under the sun.
Yeah.
Lord knows I don't.
No.
But you need to be able to communicate with your coworkers and do your job, attend meetings and take phone calls and do all, and if you're doing localization, you need to have that Japanese knowledge to do your job. So that's the first hurdle. And if you're not there, everything else, even if you have the skills and everything else, you could be an ace programmer, you could be the most creative writer in the world, but if you don't speak Japanese, you're not going to be able to work in the industry here.
Yeah.
So if you want to work in the industry here, you need that level of Japanese. And then, to follow that up, you need background in the type of field you want to do. You know, the game industry has, you know, within a game company, there's a bunch of different jobs you can do. You can do programming. If you're an artist, you know, there's, you know, 3D modeling and 2D art, and, you know, for me, there's the localization side, and then for me, there's also, like, you know, the PR stuff and the marketing stuff, and there's all kinds of things you can do. So you need a relevant background in what you want to do. And, you know, even if you want to get into, like, localization, for example, you know, that's kind of like its own, you know, translation's kind of, you don't go to college for translation. Yeah. You know, that kind of comes with knowing the other language, but you need to be able to write well. You need to be able to, you know, localization is not just translation. It requires an extra creative
element to the actual writing.
So, you know, what I always tell people who want to do localization is, like, practice on your own. You know, you might not be getting paid for it, but take something you like, even if there's an official translation for it already. Take, like, a manga or a game or something you like, and, like, say someone was paying you to localize this. How would you do it? Yeah, and then you can compare it to the actual. And then it's just it's just good practice. And, you know, so there's that. And then I would say the other thing is, you know, the game industry, despite how big of an industry it is nowadays, it's a very tight-knit, very small world type of industry. Yeah. So making connections, you know, will take you very, very far. It's not going to do all of the work for you, but, you know, making good connections can really, really, really help you out. I know it helped me out, and I know many other people it's helped out too. So, you know, get out there, meet people, shake hands. Like I said, like I used to do in America, go to events, talk to people. Yeah. Like the way I interviewed with Capcom USA many moons ago was a direct result of going to a convention and talking with people who work there. Nah, it's like, I mean, it's always that's the thing. Do that. It's like not what you know, it's who you know. Well, what you know is important too. Yeah, but I mean, you can't be like. You can't have no relevant experience and still get the job if you know people. Like, that can help put your name on the top of the resume pile, but you got to drive it home from there. Right, yeah. I mean, but, you know... It's a good foot in the door. You know, there's so many people who want to work in the industry, and you need something that makes you stand out from the rest of the people. Yeah. And so, if knowing, you know, saying, hey, I'm applying for this job after talking to so-and-so from blank company... You know, after talking to them and getting their recommendation, here I'm submitting my application, blah, 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 whatever. You know, that, they're like, oh, well, so-and-so said this guy's legit. Yeah, maybe he's worth a shot. Let's put his name in the small pile, you know? You got to get that shokai, baby. It's all about the shokais. It really, really helps. And you can probably say that for a lot of industries, too, but game industry, definitely, it's a big one. Okay. Awesome tits. Thank you, Matt, for that wonderful suggestions. You're very welcome. You know, I think we're very, 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 very arigatai on that kimochi. Anyway, guys, so that's it for the 5 questions on how to work in the Japanese gaming industry with our boy Matt Poopas over here. I just want to say, again, Matt, thanks for being here. You're very welcome. And if you guys enjoyed this, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that subscribe bell so you get notified for future videos. And also, be sure to go and check out Matt's social media. The links will be down below. And if there's any questions that you want us to follow up on or that we didn't cover, make sure to write them down in the comments down below, and we'll do a follow-up video if there's enough questions in the future. Sounds good. Okay, and like we always say at the end of these videos, I have hemorrhoids, please help. I don't know, let's just do some preparation. Yeah, I need...
I need more than that, my friend. I need more than that.
They're a mess.
Oh God.
They're a damn mess.
This is all that I blame my father and my
Probably.
grandfather and my papa. We need to do a funny sound. We need to do a funny stand up. Anyway, let's just do. Can we guys stay black? Or is that no? That's too racial. How about just say I'm gonna say, well, anyway, guys, that's it, and then you just say, I want you to say, good luck, and, hope to see you guys at some conventions or something. You can say that. It's very clean, very cut.
Very good.
Clean cut. Okay,
Very
so
good.
anyway, guys, that's it for the video, and
See y'all around. Probably at some crazy convention at some point.
okay, and I forgot. Matt goes to all different kinds of conventions
I do.
all around the U.S.
Travel
in
into
particular.
America land way more than I probably should.
So
I do anyway.
So if you guys see
why y'all
if you
put
see him
cheese
at
on
a
my
convention, go
cheeseburger?
over and say hi.
Feel free to say.
Shut your bitch ass.
Okay. See you guys. Yeah.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy. But you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.
Yeah, why y'all put cheese on my cheeseburger?
I'm sorry, what?
Shut your bitch ass